Hi guys. I know my last video I'm still wearing the same top because today is my filming day. I didn't go to work today. I'm off, so I want to film videos for you guys to make sure that I am consistent, so that I'm still wearing the same top. Guys, I'm loving this my hair. Some of you asked me which attachment I use. This attachment is darling whatever, darling coil or darling, is it just a regular Nigerian darling Yankee or darling whatever, but it's a darling product and I love it. For the color, I don't know the color anymore, but if you go to the store and you know check, you see the darling product. For those of you in Manchester asking me, I got this hair from a Nigerian lady who brought this attachment home and sell here, but you can also buy them in Mustang. I've seen them in Mustang too, so you can buy them there. I've forgotten how much I bought it from the lady, but it was quite affordable, not more than £20 or thereabouts. That's why I bought the 2-pack I used for this hair. So that's the full info for this hair I'm wearing. All right, so and I made it from, I think I made a vlog when I made it from just a regular store. If you want to make this braid, I made this hair close to my house, in a store where they make hair close to my house. They make afro hair close to my house. But if you want to make it like your hair in Mustang, they have lots of shops where they make hair if you're in Manchester. And just put Mustang Lane in your Google, or Mustang Lane or African store in Mustang Lane. I've forgotten the name. And when you get there, as you just highlight from the box, you see tons of shops making hair. You can make your hair there. Okay, so that is it for this video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, please turn on the notification bell, and let's get into the video. So guys, we're going to be talking how I am able to cut down my cost of living here in the UK. It's not a lie anymore that cost of living is really high now. It's really high. It's not a joke. Like, if you've not heard about it, hear about it. If you think it's a lie, that just making up this, hear from me, it is not a lie. Like, if you go to any store, everything has doubled the price. Like Aldi, which is the store I regularly use, they've doubled everything in price. Like, when you pick up something in the store, it's doubled in price. As I'm talking to you now, I don't have Gary in my house because I don't want to go to African store. Because if I go to African store, Gary has been hungry me to drink for days. I don't have it. Because if I go to African store, it will be like bombshell. When the money that will leave your card, you'll be wondering, what did you buy? So that's why I've not drank Gary for a long time. I'm just waiting for who will come from Nigeria and give me Gary. Okay, yesterday a friend of mine gave me a goosey and fish. Her husband came back from Nigeria, and I'm going to use that to cook soup. And she gave me starch and owo soup, and Gary has been hungry me since. And I don't want to go to African store to buy things to cook soup because everything I have is finished. And my husband this period, he's been coming from Nigeria. He just left like a week ago, but he's not been coming straight to UK, so he can't carry food stuff. So I'm just Gary-less. And if you're somebody that like to drink Gary, you know that is a problem. And so one day my friend told me to come to her house. I'm like, oh, I'm going. Her husband just came back. I'm like, I'm going. And when I got there, I ate a very good owo soup and starch. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go and follow me. You'll be seeing all those things. I wanted a very good owo soup, and she gave me fish and egusi, which I'm planning on how to use knack egusi soup now. And it's very well because Gary has been hungry me for some days now, but I can't go because the money is there. The money is there. So cost of living now is really alarming here in the UK. So we're always looking for a way to boycott or to cut down on things. This is the way I've cut down my actual spending to almost 30% down or 20% down. Okay, so first of all was my rent. So where I used to live, if you followed me and watched my video of how much I spent living in Manchester, it was a 3-bedroom apartment. It was a 3-bedroom house, not apartment, 3-bedroom house, and I was paying £700 for that house. And I was paying, what else was I paying there? Yeah, I was paying £700 for that house. Let's leave the other things. So I paid £700 for that house. And after my 1 year had elapsed, I signed 1 year lease for that house. After my 1 year had elapsed, my landlord called me and said he was going to increase the house rent to £800. And the £700, I'm telling you that it's even too much. And you're telling me you want to increase to £800, which is almost 10% of extra money, and I couldn't deal. Okay, I couldn't deal. So at first I wanted to just stay there because I was too lazy to start looking for apartment, but I didn't want extra cost, because except you are getting money somewhere else, but if you're actually working here and making money, you will know that £700 is a lot of money to pay for just the rent, or only just rent only. And you are not talking about other bills, just rent. 700 is a lot, 800 is a lot. For those of you that pay 15121, you are president. Okay, except you have parents back home who send you money, or even if you have a spouse back home who works a legit job and send you 1514 to pay rent, it's a lot of money to pay. I won't lie, like, it's a lot of money to pay. So, like, except your spouse is a politician or he does like a really really big business, but if it's just a salary earner and you're paying 1514 for pounds in this pounds rate, I remove car for you. But for me, 700 was like the maximum I could pay. So when he said 800, it was like that's like adding £100 extra into my bill. And I was even looking for a way to cut down on my bill already. I was like, I couldn't deal. At first I just I talked to my husband and I was like, let's just stay, start looking for house again now and all those kind of things. Yeah. I was like, let's just stay. So I stayed extra 2 months after my 1 year lease has expired. But that 2 months I didn't pay that 800 because I had not signed another contract with him, so I was still paying 700. But at this point he has started insisting I start do a new lease and start paying the 800. And to me, one, the house was not big enough, it wasn't worth it to pay 800 for me. That is it. So I started looking for another house, and thank God Jesus, I got this house. This house is now 600. I pay for this house, which is £200 discount for me. Okay, so this house is a little bit more comfortable than my former house. It has like the bedroom, 3 bedroom also. And although my former house was 2 toilets, but this one is 1 toilet. That's just different. The second place where he was supposed to use for toilet, he left it as a pantry. So that's it. But it's a little bit more spacious and more better than my former house. It's actually it's block, so I like the fact that it's block, so I'm not hearing much of the noise that's coming from the next neighbor's house. So it feels good. Like on my other house, I could hear like the neighbor talking sometimes, even when they are I'll be hearing the sound, but yeah, I'm not hearing anything, so I like that. So this house is 600. So that's how I was able to cut down my bill, £200 off my rent when it comes to housing. Okay, my inner self wanted to rent like those flamboyant house where I have my everything, where I have space, all those kind of thing. And those houses are expensive, and I didn't want to struggle, and I didn't want to use all the money I've worked for, because this life, you're not going to live it again. So this part where you're living here is your life, so you still have to plan for your future, save. So I didn't want to like run all the money I'm working here, or run the one my husband's working back home in Nigeria, of where we'll just pay rent. I won't have anything to fall back, because we have emergencies, we have kids, somebody might fall ill, we might need somebody to come help and all those things. So we need to keep our money together. So I was looking for as much cheap house as I can find, but yet I'm still comfortable in it, and this house gave it to me, and it's a lot cheaper than my former house. So I was able to save £200 from my rent. Number 2 is my car insurance. So if you watch that video, how much I spend in car insurance, I was spending £179 on car insurance. That was and that was because I used comprehensive car insurance. So in case you don't know much about car insurance, there's comprehensive. Comprehensive is where, if you have an accident, they'll take care of you, and they'll also take care of the person you jammed. So because it was my first time of driving in the UK, and it was a left hand and right hand drive, it was extremely different from all the countries I've ever driven. It was different. It was not something I was used to. In fact, the whole thing was in, sometimes I want to cross the road, I'm expecting the car to come from this way and it's coming from this way, and it was like, so I had to pay for comprehensive, because I said to myself, if I jam person, insurance will take care of it. Let me just pay comprehensive until I'm really used to the road. So I paid comprehensive. So I was paying 179 pounds for my insurance. So I subscribed for 1 year. So after the 1 year had elapsed, at this 1 year I've driven in the UK without accident or without any issue. I've understand how the road works. Everything is settled in my eyes. And when it was time for me to renew my insurance, I decided to go with a third-party insurance, where if you have an accident, it's just the person that you hurt that they will take care of, but not take care of you. God will not let me have accident in the name of Jesus. For 1 year I've driven, I will not have accident. Now I say, if I will not have accident in Jesus' name, amen. So I decided to go with third-party insurance, and I went to go compare, and I checked a lot of them. I asked the locals what insurance they are using. I also reached out to some YouTubers that have seen their videos talking about insurance and how much they pay, and I also asked the locals here. At the end of the day, I got an insurance for £71. That's like a whipping more than 50% discount. So I got like an insurance for £71, and they asked me if I can get a letter from my former insurance saying that I have stated no, I've not claimed nothing, I've been a good person, and I was paying my insurance properly, and I did, and they discounted it to £61. So now I pay £61 every month for my car insurance. Car insurance. I'm so happy about this one. So happy. So the next one is my cancelled tax. So while I was living there, because I put my husband in my cancelled, I was paying 160, but my husband doesn't live here, he only comes and visit. So to me, it was just like cheating. Like, why am I paying 160 when my husband doesn't live here, only comes and visit? So when I moved into this my new house, I didn't put him anymore. I just told them that my husband comes and visit, he doesn't live here, and they reduced my council tax to 120. So I saved 40 pounds. So they reduced it to 120. So I now pay 120. So that's how I'm able to save. Because one thing that's very important to me is I want to save as much as I can in the things I can, and then I put more money in like food that we really need, the way we look and all those kind of things. I value what goes into my body and what I represent than house, because house, you can live in any house. All you can turn any house to bougie. Like, all you need is that money. Like, before you get more money, you can turn your 600 house to bougie. You get a nice chair if you're somebody that likes this kind of thing. Flowers, decoration that makes a house, not the building. And one thing about this people here is that, I don't know, but for the houses that I've lived, they always make sure that they make their kitchen very nice and modern. If you go to the other 1415 house, the kind of kitchen you see there is still the kind of kitchen you see in the 600, white, made with nice wood and everything. So for the two houses I've lived in, it's nice wood, the kitchen is clean, the kitchen is well kept and nice. So what's my own? So I'll just make sure I save in things I can save, which are all these things I've mentioned to you, and then put more money in buying food. I don't like to cut down on food. I make sure that I buy enough milk, I buy enough egg, I buy enough chicken. I can't give my kids food without chicken. Instead of me to give them food without chicken, I rather not buy that clothes I want to buy and give them food with chicken, because I feel like they are growing and this thing is nourishing their body. I'm always make sure I have enough milk, I have enough vegetables, I have enough fruits in my fridge. So those things they need to grow well, I make sure I buy them. And over the years I've practiced this, I realized that they don't go to clinic as often as other children I've seen. They don't require me running up and down. So since it's been working for me, I make sure I do it. Multivitamins I need for them, I buy them here and all those things. So it's really helping me. So I make sure I cut down on those other things, and put the money on food. So also another way I've been able to save money is on food. As much as I can, whenever any of my family is coming to the UK, I try to make sure I send money for them to buy as much food I can use as possible. I have a freezer where I just put all the stuff inside and be using them small small. Then while I'm here also, I decided to start going to wholesale shops. Like here in Manchester, there's a shop, wholesale market. Here in Manchester, there are open market. Things are really cheap in open market compared to when you go to African store to buy something. Things are really cheap in Asian stores that sell things that look like African things. So there's a lot of things here in the UK that you can substitute for African food or African things. Like instead of going to buy tomato, no, wetin they call them, no, what's it called, Derica and all those things. UK tomato I even like, it doesn't slap, it's so nice, and you see that it's cheaper than those ones that they import. Instead of you to go and buy no Maggi, they have Maggi in their shop that you can substitute with no Maggi, and it's even sweeter. Instead of you to go and buy curry in African store, they have curry, and if you compare the price, it's cheaper. You buy the one they have here. And so those are the ways I've been able to cut down and still have what I want. For chicken and meat, I go to like wholesale market. There's wholesale market here. One of these days I'll do a vlog when I go there and show you guys. So there's a wholesale market here where they sell chicken and meat, and it's really cheap. If you have 30 to 40 pounds, I was discussing with my friend yesterday, she bought like this tons of meat for 40 pounds, and it was so much that she can use it for over a month. And compared to when you just go to store and you be buying small all these kind of things, it doesn't really work. So going to wholesale market will also help you save costs. So try to get as much help as you can. Try to get anything you can get for free, get it for free. Okay, anything you can get for free, get it for free. Like child care, you can actually get it for free. If you are someone who is outgoing, who is friendly, you can get it for free. So get it for free. So some of you, I did one video where I vlogged where I said my friend was helping with my kids, and a lot of you commented and were like, I'm lucky that you can't make friends, you're struggling to make friends, nobody's willing to help you. There are people who help you. There are people who are also in your situation that will help you. There are also people that don't gain anything from you, but they will help you, because here I feel like people are lonely and they need people to keep them company. But is who go ask first, that's the problem. Who go ask first, that's the problem. You see, like in Nigeria, when she see for road, people, but just greet them, be cheerful. You see that they need the friendship more than you. There are people who also have kids just like you that is looking for help, and you too, you also have kids and you're looking for help. People can swap your kids. Like sometimes you have to be more open to help each other. Okay, so get anything that you can for free, as much as you can. Get them for free. There are people who have a lot and they're ready to give you for free. Take. Yeah, I noticed that people don't want to take clothes. Like, let's say you give people clothes, they'll say, no, I don't. That's your own, no. Me, I will take. Okay, there's a lady who saw me and she's like, she bought this set of clothes. Although she's white though, she wants to give it out. I'm like, nah, yeah. And when I opened this bag of almost 15 clothes, they all had the label and nobody wanted it. I pack and put for my house. In fact, some of them didn't enter my children. I was like sharing it. But some of you like, I would like come and collect all of that. I would like come and do this. That doesn't mean that I cannot afford the things my children need. I can. In fact, one of the struggles I've had that I don't get much help like that from people is people just look at me and assume I have money. But sometimes I'm struggling. It takes an extremely confident person to give me something. That's one thing I've realized. Like, not be now. Now people have said that, oh, I don't marry, so even when I was a small girl, even when I was in university, I'm struggling, but people just look at me and I don't know how that came about, but people just look at me and assume, I'm from a wealthy family, but that is far from the truth. People just look at me and feel, I have all I need. That's just the struggle. Like, I don't know how I got to create that kind of persona, but for me, I'm the most down-to-earth person that you can find, but I don't carry my problem in my face. Right from a small girl, like, you see me, as much as I can wear my okay, but I will look neat anytime I come out. So people don't offer to give me things as much as, in fact, I think it's now that I started YouTube that people are beginning to give me things. But when I wasn't doing YouTube, people don't give me things, they just look at me and feel I'm rich. When I was in school, people would rather ask for me than give me. Meanwhile, I die. I need that help. People would rather ask for me than give me. And even when I go and ask somebody and say, please give me something, they'll feel like, you won't mock me, you won't mock me. Hey, you, madam, like you. But they suffer and they die. So that makes me like want to work extra for myself, because I'm like, how? Someone can meet me and borrow me money, but me, if I ask somebody for money, they just laugh at me, say, you won't mock me, or this kind of thing. So I don't have that much luck to get things. But so when people give me, like, I don't look at it like you're looking at me like I can't provide that thing. I look at it like, wow, somebody gave me something. So when this lady brought this bag of clothes for me, I was so happy. I took the one I can. I still, not all of them. I didn't have children that have that age, but some of them size my children. I took it and I still carry the remaining ones and dash people. But some people, when you dash them, will start looking at it like, what did they take me for now? They dash me clothes and no feel buy clothes for my children. But that is not how life is. So whatever you can get for free, get it for free. Get it for free, because that's how you can survive in this UK. Because the bill is high. That's not to say in Nigeria they don't pay, but everything I pay in this UK, I pay back home. The another thing I cut down on is water bill. So my water bill, when I first lived in the other house, I didn't pay my water bill as much, because for the first 6 months I realized that the person that lived in that house didn't cancel the water bill. I probably did not realize that the water bill was going off the account, and so they never sent me water bill. So when people are saying, oh, my water bill, I don't understand what it is, because I'm not paying water bill. So I think it was like after I've lived in that house for 8 months, that's when the people now reached out to me that I've not paid water bill. I now set up my account for water bill. But and I set up my account, that was when I started paying water bill. But what I tried to do is I tried to, off my water, use water like not too much, like I will use if I'm back home. For back home you get your own borehole, not let to pump am, you go use them. Although that money is still they use the pumper, but you go to use them. But here I try to make sure that I don't use like water excessively, But with kids you can't do much. Sometimes when I hear my children running water just to brush teeth, the thing they vex me. Then my daughter don't even know where she gets it, so if she's pulling, she will just on water and be wasting. I'm like, oh, did I tell you that? I don't want to hear the sound of your pool. I'm the water, but always quarreling. So those things annoys me. So I try to make sure I reduce as much water as I can. So the next one I cut my bill on is light. So when I was in my former house, I was just using monthly bill payment. So I used light until the end of the month. They will send me bill and I'll pay. But I realized that was making me just use the light unnecessarily, and I was paying much money. So when I moved in here, I asked for a prepaid meter, and so that prepaid meter I have to go and buy the light and put. I have to go and buy a recharge card, recharge the stuff and put, and it's going. I know I have to go and buy it again. So that way I'm always offing things I don't need to use, off the light. So that has really drastically cut my light by 50%. So the first month I lived here, I spent £100 on light. Rather in my former house, I used to spend 200, sometimes 220 on light. But here, the first month I lived here, I spent £100. So that's how I have been able to cut down on all my bills. And now at least my bills is quite good, and it's not pressuring me, considering what I'm working and how I'm getting my finances. It's not pressuring me. So that is it. So if you think bill here is pressure, it means you're getting what you cannot afford. So make sure you try to cut your bill. Look for ways that you can cut down on your bills. Don't go and live for extremely big house because you want to show or you want to feel comfortable. Me, I'm that kind of person that would have naturally go and live in a big house because I want to feel comfortable. But man, money does not joke with you, okay? And that way I have tried to make sure that the bill here is not pressing me. Try to look for extra source of income. Here you can't get extra money if you're not careful, because every money you get, you have to work for it. So you have to look for ways, things like you can be selling that things that you can be selling that you don't need to be involved. So maybe you just to pack it and ship it, or you just to send it to Nigeria, or just to look for extra things that you'll be making money apart from like the money you get here. So that way, you know, it will cushion some of your bill that you don't have to feel overpressed. So like now, what I was paying in the other house, with all this my bills I've cut down, I'm able to now channel these monies to other things I need to pay. So that way the bill is not so much on me, and also I'm able to create small businesses that I can. So I was just editing and I realized that I didn't finish this video, so I thought I should finish it like this ending part before I, you know, pop it out for you guys. So you see how skin is popping. The weather is really cold. This cold is really good because it's making my skin nice. Like, I love the way it's making my skin. So guys, so another way I have been able to, you know, cut down my cost is to look for revenue, ways to increase my revenue, to make more money so that I can, you know, meet up with my expenses. And it's to create like small businesses for myself, so that way I don't have to keep work. I can still be at home and make money. And probably I'll do a video where I'll share with you guys, you know, ways I make small money living here in the UK, apart from, you know, clocking in and clocking out, because, you know, clocking in and clocking out can really be tiring sometimes. But when you have ways you make money at home, it just makes life easier. Okay, so that is going to be like the end of this video. What ways have you been able to cut down on your cost of living, especially now in this, you know, cost of living crisis? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. I just washed my hair, so I'm waiting for it to dry. If you know, the rain in Manchester has been really worrisome. Like, it's been raining cat and dog, and I just noticed that my hair was just smelling me for no reason. So if I was just smelling, so I have to wash it, and I'm waiting for it to dry. I've dried it with my dryer, but it's not dry completely, so I'm just leaving it like this, and it can dry very well. We are carrying this hair 6 feet, whether I like it or not. So do you wash your hair? This is the first time I'm washing braid on my hair. Like, this is the first time, because it's really expensive hair to make hair, so you have to at least carry your hair up to 2 months. So do you wash your braid when it's smelling, or you just go ahead and lose it? Let me know in the comment section. And how have you been able to save costs or cut down on cost of living now that this cost of living crisis is on? Let me know. And guys, good news, I'll see who's going to watch this video to the end. I hear this, my good news, mother-in-law is in the beauty. So your girl will be chilling now. Your girl have health. Your girl is not going to be stressed out anymore. Please, for those of you who have been inviting me to outing parties, and I'll be saying I don't have chance, because I don't have chance, I don't have to stay with my kids, because I use government beg on them. I beg in the name of God. I got chance now. I got time now. Please invite me, okay? Invite me now, okay? For those of you who have been inviting me, okay? I don't have time. I don't have chance. Because invite me now to do Tito is catching me. Invite me now. Oh, so guys, I'd like to end this video here. Do you want to see how I make my tea? It's not a big deal. I don't make much. I just take lifting. We're always drinking tea because of, you know, the weather. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you all.